Good morning, everybody. This is Tonetta with Tea Time with Tonetta. I know I did not have it last night because I was trying to just rest and relax and after a weekend with my goddaughter and stuff like that. So I want to bring it to you all this morning at 7 since I couldn't do it last night at 7. But the title of this is How Long Will It Take? I actually was thinking about, I always think about how long things will take. I guess I put it that way as far as it pertains to me. I actually wrote in my journal the last day I was leaving Las Vegas. I don't know what day that was offhand, but I know it was that Thursday, like 2 Thursdays ago. And I was just not asking myself, but just telling myself, how long will it take for you to do whatever it was? Excuse me. And what I was referencing to was, of course, I know you all saw my the photos, and some of you all have, of course, subscribed to my YouTube page, and thank you as well. Where I talk about my experiences down in Las Vegas and my first time seeing the mountains and all those kind of natural, spectacular, I guess, nature things, I guess you can say. And like I was telling myself, and good morning, Sandy, thank you for tuning in this morning. And I was just saying to myself and writing to myself, how long will it take for me, or how long did it take? It actually took me 42 years just to see those mountains, I guess I put it that way. I talked about back when I was a kid, 4 or 5 years old, saw it on TV. I guess whatever the version of the Travel Channel was back then, it may have been just National Geographic. But I know I've always talked about that, of course, seeing different things like that, and of course traveling and all those kind of things. And that was my first trip I'd actually taken alone to travel, to go on any kind of vacation anywhere alone. Usually I'm going like with the family or or one of my ex-guys, I guess if I was with them at the time, that kind of thing, or with the travel group or whichever the case may be, but I was never usually going alone. Jesus, out my sinuses is more, I'm sorry. But like I said, as far as that trip went, like I said, I wrote in that journal on the last day, actually that morning of, when we were getting ready to go to the chocolate, Ethel M's chocolate factory and that kind of thing. Like I said, I was just writing in my journal, how long is it going to take for me to do whatever it was. And that's what I'm bringing to you all this morning. I'm 42 years old. I don't know how you are watching this. I guess I put it that way, or whoever watches the replay. Just think back, of course, think of how old you are right now. Think back to some of the stuff that you've always wanted to do in your life, or that you always wanted to make happen in your life. And why is it at times taking you too long? I guess I put it that way. I know people say you should be nice to yourself and all those kind of things. I'm the kind of person who can, of course, do that. But when it's something that I want to accomplish, I'm not being mean to myself or putting myself down, that kind of thing at all, but I have to push myself. To me, when I hear being nice to yourself, it means don't push yourself. Don't put yourself down. I see that, yes. To me, it means other things as well. Like I said, don't push yourself and all those kind of things. But like I said, I'm not the kind of person that's just going to sit there and say, I'll be nice to myself and I won't do this today or I won't do that today. Like I said, you have to get up and do something. I guess I'd say that. And like I said, as far as you all watching this, I know that we all, because I see it all on our post all day, not all with everybody's post, but in scrolling like partway down the timeline, I do see different posts from, of course, a lot of you all on this video, a lot of you all who will watch the replay, talking about how you want to become happy, or why aren't you happy yet, those kind of things, or why don't you have the new car yet that you've been, I guess, thinking about, I guess I would say, or why haven't you taken that trip to go to your first cruise, or your first time to the Caribbean and see the islands, or your first trip to the next state next to you because you've never been anywhere, or when am I going to be happy in my next relationship? I'm in an unhappy relationship right now. I see all those kind of things. And I'm just asking you all the same thing I'm asking myself, because when I'm talking to you all in this video, I'm telling myself the same thing. And how long will it take? I know we can sit up here and say that I want to be happy. I want to have a happy relationship. I want to have a, relationship with nobody. I guess I can say you want to just be single, or you want to take that first trip to like I said, to the islands or on a cruise, or just going one state over because you've never traveled anywhere. Like I said, how long is it going to take you? The same thing I asked myself. Like I said, we can say all kind of things about people. Saying different. As we grew up, I know everybody has different people that may say stuff to them like you can't do this, you can't do that, or that doesn't make any sense. People of your race don't do this, or why would you want to do that? Nobody I know has ever done that. What's the point? All those kind of things are people that just don't want you to succeed. I guess I'd say that. We all and many times I'm sure face that. Whether that comes through a job, whether that comes through your family, whether that comes through the friend group you're in that you're unhappy with as well. like I said, we have to analyze all those things as being adults. I know that there's a lot of things in life that will, of course, hold us back and that we will use excuses for. Whether it's I don't have enough money, or it's not the right time, or I can sit here and tell you that it's never going to be the right time for you to do anything that you want to do in your whole life. I guess I'd say that there's never going to be a right time where you have all the money that you want to do, buy a new car with, or that you want to relocate with. You're never going to have enough money to, of course, open up your own business. You have to get out there and struggle and not struggle like that, but I mean, get out there and hustle and get the things that you need for yourself. It's a lot of times that I know I have, and I'm sure you all, whoever's watching this and whoever's watching the replay as well, have, of course, used all those excuses that it's not the right time, or I don't have enough money, or I'm not in the right area, or just I have too many kids, or I have a husband or a partner who doesn't agree with what I do, or I have that family who don't care about what I do and nobody's going to support me at all. They're honestly not supposed to. I guess I can tell you that right now. I mean, I know, yes, you can support yourself all that you want. That's fine. You have to do that. You have to have of course, 100% as much as you can, I guess, self-belief and self-trust, and that you can do whatever it is that you put your mind to. But just to let me tell you that there is no right time to buy a car, to start a business, to relocate, to, I don't know, to have a child, to get married, to do any of those things. You have to decide whatever it is you want to do, not saying today, but as soon as you can. I guess I'd say that. You have to be the one to decide whatever it is you want to do with your life, no matter. And I would say this as well, not making your decision based off of how people around you may feel. Like I said, nobody's going to, of course, feel the same way that you feel about you wanting to get a new car. They can probably say, oh, it's going to fall apart anyway, and just hate on you the whole time. Or like I went to Las Vegas. I mean, I did have people that was telling me, and why would you go down to visit folks you don't know? You're going by yourself, all these kind of crazy things. You shouldn't go, and all this. I still went anyway. Like I said, you have to decide what you want to do for yourself, because nobody else is, like RJ May said. And good morning. And I didn't even say good morning to the rest of you all on here. Good morning, Sandy, Amy, Velasquez, RJ, is it Delon? Thank you all for tuning in this morning. And like I said, no matter what nobody around you says about your dreams, you're wanting a vehicle, you're wanting to travel, you're wanting to do whatever, nobody has to support you on anything. You have to, of course, support yourself. I'm not saying that nobody ever is going to support you on your dreams, that kind of thing. I'm not saying that. But as far as you using all those things as excuses to not move ahead in your life, yes, you have to support yourself, and nobody else is going to do it for you. And I'm saying that to myself, like I said, as well. I know that, of course, I may have a few people that support me, that kind of thing, but I cannot always bank on anybody supporting me. I guess I put it that way. Like I said, you have to learn to, of course, yes, we all have all those negative mindsets, all those negative things that people say, and all those negative things that people, I guess, that folks may do to us. But like I said, and I know I've used it as excuses as well to not, of course, take steps forward in order to make myself, whether that's happy in my own life, or happy in my relationship, or without a relationship, or happy going to travel, or whatever the case may be. You're taking your first time to go on a trip, buy a car, whatever it is. You wanted to be a musician, and everybody's saying, oh, no, you can't do that because it's not going to make any money, and blah, blah. There's no job going to make you any money to begin with anyway. No career that you do when you first start off, usually, no, they're not going to make you any money. Unless you just, of course, hit the lotto. I can't say lotto. I guess the career lotto, and all of a sudden the field that you chose takes off within a day. You're making millions tomorrow, which I doubt that very seriously. I don't know anybody like that. I know they sell all these dreams. I'm sure you all see all those ads coming across your Facebook, your Instagram. You can make $1,000 in a day, or you can become a coach tomorrow, make millions of dollars, and all these things. Like I said, we have to also have patience. We also cannot just sit still, just sitting there waiting for stuff to happen. Like I said before, we have, well, I guess with me, as far as taking steps to do anything, you always have to take those small steps to do something that you want to reach. No matter what the goal is, no matter whether that's your first time to travel, like mine was last month, I guess on my own. Of course, I had to make sure that I was saving the money, making sure that I'm looking for like the best flights and that kind of thing, and making sure that I'm looking to see what the weather's going to be like, or what I need to take with me, or all those kind of things. Like I said, you have to take those small steps. By just sitting there saying, I want a car, and you haven't saved anything, and you haven't even figured out how much a new car costs, or you don't even know what the cost is to move to another state. You don't know any of those things. Like I said, those are things you have to, of course, research and work on and figure out while taking those small steps. Like I said, there may not be anybody to support you on those dreams that you want to do, but you have to support your damn self. Like I said, there's no other reason why you couldn't, unless you just don't want to. I know in my situation, and a lot of people that I've talked to, a lot of it's not taking the responsibility of your own actions. We're so used to having somebody, I guess, run our life, I guess you can say that, or tell us what we need to do instead of us doing it on our own and figuring out what we need to do for ourselves. And of course, that will keep you very unhappy. And I'm sure depressed, and I'm sure have a lot of anxiety, and I'm sure suicidal at times as well. I can tell you that. You can ask anybody that's been depressed, suicidal, have a lot of anxiety, all those kind of things. And the main reason is, well, usually the main reason, besides it being chemical, because in some cases, yes, it is a chemical imbalance. But I'm sure about 75% of those cases, majority of the time, is because we're letting other folks run our life. Like I said, you have to figure out what you want in your life. And like I said, I'm speaking to you. I'm telling myself the same thing. You have to figure out what you want in your life, and I have to figure that out as well. Like I said, if you want to open up your own bakery, if you want to have that car, if you want to create your own coaching business, or you want to become a doctor, there's no rule that says that you can't, no matter how old you are. You can be 70 years old and go back to school and do whatever it is you want to do. I think I may have told you all this story before. I was in my undergrad at St. Louis University, going to school, getting my bachelor's, that kind of thing. There was this woman, I think she was 80 or 85. She was in my communications class. We were just like, oh my goodness, she's the oldest person, I guess, that I've seen in class so far. And of course, I'm always going to talk to people and find out what's going on. And I did ask, and of course, she did address the whole class, just letting us know that she promised herself years and years and years ago, before she even met her husband, that she was going to, of course, complete high school, go on to college, and get her first degree, but she never did, of course, get that first degree in college. So her husband had passed away, I guess, a few years ago, whatever it was, and she decided to take it upon herself to, of course, go ahead and enroll into college and go ahead and complete that degree. She was actually in her last semester of school, actually. So like I said, she was way over 80 years old, and she was still out there pressing on, trying to do what she needed to do just to complete that goal. If it takes you that long, that's fine. But like I said, for the, I guess, majority of us, we are always working off of how's my family going to feel if I do this next thing, or how will my kids feel if I do this next thing, or how will my partner feel if I do this next thing. Like I said, do the thing. Who cares? Like I said, nobody's going to agree with you on anything that you probably want to do in your life. I'm pretty sure of that, because it's not their life. Like I said, you have to be the person who, of course, runs your own life, who knows what you want and who knows what you're trying to get. I'm sure people around you are not going to understand what you're trying to do at all. I think it was Steve Harvey who said you can't tell your big-minded dreams to small-minded people. And I understand what he's saying now. That is definitely the truth. Like I said, the people that you usually grow up, your family, friends, or closest friends, that kind of thing that you're normally around. Well, I can't speak for everybody, but a lot of times, I guess from my experience and that kind of thing, you have dreams that are usually bigger than what they are used to hearing, used to seeing, unless it's been on TV. I guess I put it that way. They may not have seen people who have been millionaires, or people who had one or two businesses, or people who have had their own 10 cars, I don't know, whichever the case may be, or people that's actually happy living alone, living a single life, or people that's actually happy being in a marriage. I guess I put it that way as well. Like I said, people that you're normally, I guess that like kept you in that same box, I guess when you were younger, your family, your friends, like I said, they're most of the times usually not able to grasp anything that you're saying. I guess I put it that way, as far as it goes to like your dreams, your ambitions, those kind of things, because they have not, in some cases, not seen that. And like I said, I know that may hurt. I'm pretty sure you may cry about it, because I know I have. Like I said, you have to get to a point where you can, I guess, where you realize that your dreams matter to you, and in order for you to be happy, you have to, of course, get those dreams accomplished somehow. I guess I'd say that. Whether you have no support, whether you don't have enough money, whether you don't have enough time. And actually, speaking about time, we always say we don't have enough time for all kind of stuff. Actually, and money. But I'll get to the money in a few seconds. But as far as the time, of course, I work a full-time job, and I was able, that was about 1 year and 2 years ago almost, to start a part-time, I guess, home business. We always say we don't have enough time for this and that, and we get home from work, we're tired. But if it's something that you really want to do, and it's something that you really have your mind set on, and something that's going to make you happy, and eventually, of course, an income in the future, you will start that thing. I know I do videos on here on Facebook, and I was talking about for years how I want to start my videos on YouTube and do all these things, and I had never actually started that channel up until this is like back in January or February of this year. Actually, it took me on how many years? YouTube been out for like 20 years almost, I don't know, but like I said, it's taken me a long time to actually start doing my videos on YouTube. And I'm saying I don't have the time, I don't have this, I don't have that. I made the time, I guess I put it that way, especially if it's something that I wanted to do. And of course, with the money, we always say that we don't have enough money for, I guess, to start that business or to start whatever it is. We have money to buy the things that we want, I'm sure, like the hairdo or the earrings or the nails or the makeup or the shoes or the clothes or the coffees in the morning, whatever those things are. We have time to, of course, keep up with the Joneses. We have the money to buy the next 70-inch TV that comes out, or cell phone tomorrow, iPhone 45 that come out tomorrow. Like I said, we have money for all those things, but when it comes to ourselves and building our dreams, we act like we don't have the time or the money to do so. Like I said, I'm not saying that part, I mean, yes, I have. I'm not one who actually goes to buy all these extra things just to keep up with anybody. I've never been that way, so I can't speak on that. But I know there's many of you all out there who do that. I guess I can say that because I see it. Family, friends, and those, of course, I'm sure online, unless you're just lying, just showing folks, I guess, fake stuff. I guess I'd say that, which I'm sure that happens. I know that happens. But like I said, I know we all make excuses as far as not having the money, not having the time. But if it's something that you want to do, and you're sick and tired of your goddamn day job, and you've been working for 30 years, and you ain't even got a damn raise, all this kind of stuff. And if it's something that you want to do, like starting that YouTube channel or starting that business, best to trust and believe you'll save the money to figure out how to get that. Even if you got to sell all the shit that you went about on eBay, I guess I put it that way, just to make the money to, of course, afford that business and that kind of thing. Like I said, we make all kind of excuses as far as why we can't move ahead, why we cannot be happy. I know I've said that. I know some of you on here may have seen my videos from last year to probably, some of them like throughout the year, like the last year, from like now to like last year. I'm sure some of you on here may have seen some of those videos where I'm talking about where I wasn't happy in the relationship that I was in and some of the things that was going on. And of course, I know I had to make a decision of what I was going to do. I was unhappy for years, and I know I've said that on several videos lately that I've had. Well, a few months ago that I've had. And I was unhappy, and I knew I was unhappy. I know I've said that plenty of times as well. I know I've said that to other people. I've said it to that person as well, too. Throughout the years, for several years, I was unhappy trying to, of course, make things work and want to force things to work and all this kind of stuff. And I know now, of course, like I said, in order for me to be happy, I have to sometimes make those hard decisions that I do not want to make. And yes, I had to tell that person face to face that I do not want to be with you anymore. I'm not in love with you anymore. This has got to end. And yes, I know I said that, I'm sure, several times in the past. Those times I was, of course, all upset. We had just had an argument or that kind of thing, which most of us do, I guess I put it that way. Say things like that during arguments, but then we, of course, go back to doing the same exact thing, taking the same exact role we were doing before that argument. And like I said, I had to stop. I know those are patterns that we have. I had to stop that pattern, I guess I put it that way. I had to be the one to, of course, take charge of my own life, knowing that if I'm not fucking happy, I'm not going to be happy with this person. There is no point of us being together. Like I said, I know that was hurtful for that person to hear that. I know that it was hurtful for me to even have to say that because I was scared to death, of course. A lot of things we're going to do, we're going to be definitely scared to death. I can tell you that. Like I said, with this person, with me ending that relationship, I knew that in order for me to be happy, in order for me to, of course, press on and grow on, that relationship, of course, had to end. I knew that. After 8 years, I knew that. And like I said, I've been knowing that for years. I was just too scared to, of course, take those steps. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of times in our life where we're scared to, of course, take those steps. And you have to realize that your fear will of course, that will hold you back as well. I have a lot of fears, of course. I mean, a lot of fears that I'm scared to do this. I was scared to go on my first trip. I was scared to do a lot of things, of course. I went down to Las Vegas, like I told y'all in my last few videos, visiting people that I have only met through this cell phone. I didn't know anything. I mean, I knew them, of course, like I said, talking to them, chatting with them on the phone or on video, that kind of thing, but that was honestly about it. And one of the folks I actually stayed with while I was down in Las Vegas, like I said, that was, of course, at first scary for me. I didn't know them from Adam. I mean, they didn't know me either. I could have killed the whole family. They could have killed me, anything. Like I said, anything could occur, but like I said, I had enough faith in myself and a trust in them, and I used my intuition a lot more than I used to, I guess I'd say that. But of course, I didn't have any bad feelings about it. Whenever I do have bad feelings about anything, of course, I'm not going to do that thing. But like I said, this trip, I had no bad feelings about anybody that I was going to meet at all. My family did, of course, and they didn't want me to go and all these kind of things, and I went anyway. It was the best goddamn trip I've ever had in my life, I guess, to let you all know that. Besides going to Disney World, my first cruise, like I said, this was the best trip I've ever had in my life. Went to meet, I don't know how many people, I guess 3 adults, well, I guess a few adults, like their children, their families, that kind of thing, and meshed well with their household. Like I said, I would have never thought I would have done anything like that. I guess I put it that way because I kept saying, oh, no, that's not going to happen, or they may be crazy, or my family telling me the same things. And I'm like, okay, nobody, well, I guess back in the day I thought that. I guess I'd say that. Now I don't think that about anybody unless, like I said, I have those bad feelings or something telling me I should not do something. But like I said, as far as me going to visit them, I didn't have any bad feelings at all. Now, back in the day, yes, I did have bad feelings, and I still did it, and it kind of turned out wrong, which that was fine. I understand that. That was my lesson learned. But like I said, with this entire trip, that was the best thing I could have done. Like I said, I felt the fear. I did it anyway. Like I said, there's a lot of things that we're going to have to just jump and do. I guess I'd say that. If you want to jump and skydive, which I want to do that as well. But like I said, you just have to jump and do. Yes, it's going to be scary. Like I said, I was very scared to, of course, leave a relationship that I had been in for these past 8 years. And we actually just officially parted ways in this March, actually. Like I said, you can if you want to sit there and be unhappy or be whatever kind of situation you want to be in. But if you're looking to, of course, improve your life, to grow and to be happy and to, of course, prosper and to bust through all the fears that you've had, you have to jump at some point. And that actually goes for a job as well. Because I know, like I said, I work and I talk to a lot of folks that work. And I have had many jobs, and I've talked to folks at jobs as well. And I know entrepreneurship is not for, I guess I want to say this morning. I don't think I've said this in any other video. But I know entrepreneurship is not for everybody. I know that. I know we do need for folks to, of course, work our businesses as well. So there are going to be some employees out there. I can always tell you that. The world does have to run with employees of some kind of place. So we want, I guess, the deodorants and all this stuff that we use, the stuff that they're making, all these kind of things going on. So, of course, at some point, there will be, of course, consistent employees and folks that are just wanting to, of course, be employees, and they're happy with that. Everybody's not going to be an entrepreneur. But like I said, as far as those who do want to be an entrepreneur, yes, it's going to be very scary to, of course, get out there on your own. I was scared to death when I started my first business. I kept telling myself I wasn't going to get any clients, I wasn't going to sell this, wasn't going to do that. But of course, I had to break my own mindset as far as knowing that I have to have that belief in myself that I was going to be the top seller or whatever I was selling, and I was going to make those connections, all those kind of things. Like I said, I did go ahead and start the business. It may be closed now because I have a different vision of what I want to do in my life. I guess I'd say that. And a different why at this time. But like I said, as far as me having that belief, you have to have belief in yourself that you can do anything that you put your mind to, no matter what anybody else tells you. Like I said, yes, we all are going to have fear for everything that we do. And just realize that usually on the other side of that fear is usually your happiness. And I'm finding that out, actually. I guess I'd say that. 42 years old, I am now finding that out, that anything that you want to do on the other side of fear is actually usually going to be your happiness. I haven't had anything thus far that I was scared to do and still did that hadn't turned out right. I guess I put it that way. Yes, it was the happiest times that I've had, and yes, it was the most experience. Am I saying that right? I guess the most times that I've experienced things, I guess, as well. Like I said, there's going to be a whole lot of things that's going to appear to hold you back. But like I said, in short, you have to know exactly what you want to do, whether it's wanting to start that business, wanting to relocate, wanting to take that first trip on your own, wanting to, whatever it is. Like I said, you have to make sure that you know exactly what you want to do, or at least 75% of what you want to do. You may not know how you're going to get there, but at least, like I said, start taking those small steps to get there. And I want to go back. I'm trying to see if I missed anybody's, because I'm actually going to have to get off here shortly. And good morning again, Sandy. Good morning, Amy. Thank you all for tuning in. And Sandy, thank you for the nice comment this morning as well. And good morning again, RJ. And you said facts. No one will support your dream. You're right about that. Nobody will support your dream. I mean, unless you find angel investors or that kind of thing, but they still usually want something in return. I guess I'd say for supporting your dream, and they want a return on their investment as well. I guess I'd say that. And like I said before, we have to know that no matter what we want to do, we have to support ourselves. Yes, we're going to have, I'm sure at some point we're all going to have people who, of course, support you or that kind of thing, or see the good in you and want to push you forward. But if you don't have that, do the shit anyway. It does not make a difference. You can support yourself. You have to learn how to have enough love, enough self-worth, and I guess inside of yourself in order to, of course, like I said, support your own self and to believe in your own self. And you're right. He says the Great Wall of China was not built in one night. You're right about that. And nothing's going to be built in one night. I don't care what these online advertisements say about you can become a coach in a day and make $1 million tomorrow, or you can write your first book and get $1,000 like in an hour, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, those are just advertisements for you to buy their class and for them to make money on. Majority of the time, that shit does not happen. I don't care who you are, where you stay, what you do. Now, may have been one person out of like 2 million that did write a book that everybody loved and all that kind of stuff, and that made $1,000 against like that next hour. And granted, it may be like 1 or 2 of those people out of like 2 or 3 million people. Yes, I'm sure it is. There's always a person like that. But for the most part, for 99% of us, that will not happen. You have to take those small steps in order to get to your whatever your goal is. Like I said, if it is to relocate, if it is to write that book, the book is not going to write itself if you just sit there and look at the paper and the damn pencil. You have to, of course, start writing the words on the pages, figuring out how your book is going to go. Write your index, what is it called? I guess like your chapter pages or introduction or whatever it's going to be. Like I said, you have to start taking those small steps, and nobody's going to do that shit for you. I don't care if you have your mama, your daddy, your husband, your daughter, whoever, telling you that they'll support you on your business, doing all these things. And I've had that, of course. I've had folks say, oh, I'm going to support you. I'm going to be there, do this. When I started this shit, nobody was even right there to do anything, not even share a goddamn free post that was on this internet. I guess I put it that way. Like I said, I have had some that have shared a post or not. Actually, let me just tell you this. The ones who've actually supported me and who've actually shared my post or shared this video or shared anything I've had actually are people that are not even related to me. There are people that I don't even know that I know on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or something like, or LinkedIn even, because I get stuff shared on there as well. But like I said, those are folks that I don't even know that they have supported me the most. I guess I can tell you that. So like I said, you have to learn to, I'm sure, to support yourself first. Like I said, I can speak from experience on that. And I'm sure a lot of you on this video, because I know some people on here own businesses as well or have a part-time gig or that kind of thing or whatever you're doing, you have to learn to support yourself. I don't care how much, because sometimes you're in a relationship. I can speak on this as well. Your partner, oh, I'm going to support this, want to do that. Here you come starting your business and seem like that person does not like what you're doing. You're outdoing them. Like I said, you're going to get that a lot. I can tell you that. So like I said, you have to make sure that you're supporting yourself and know that you love yourself and know that you're, of course, worth whatever you're doing and that you have all that self-belief. Like I said, you will get those closest to you to hate on you and say that you are trying to outdo them. You're trying to outdo this. You're trying to make more money than them. And they're not going to like that. I can tell you that. And Shondell, you said true, but most won't because they haven't learned what money is or how to use it. That is the truth. Yeah, you're right, Shondell. Some people do need to have, I used to actually teach financial literacy classes. So yeah, some people do need a refresher course, and maybe I should do some courses, I guess, on financial literacy. But as far as how to save money, how to, of course, put things, and actually, you know what, I guess I will do that. I will go ahead and start trying to put together some, like a financial literacy, like a few of these videos in order to, of course, teach some of those basic things. Because some folks just don't know how to, of course, save money, how to put their money towards good use, I guess I can say that. And Shondell, you said money isn't green, so you don't use it the same as you would with them dead presidents. Those keep you enslaved, and many are comfortable with that. Yeah, some people are comfortable with being just what they're doing. Like I said before, everybody's not going to be or is not going to want a business. I'm not sure if that's where you was going, but that's where I went with it, I think. But everybody's not going to want a business. Like I said, some people are made to, of course, work and to be employees, and that's what they're happy at doing. I'm not going to knock anybody because they're not an entrepreneur or they don't have their own business or they don't have their own side hustle. I don't care what they have, as long as whatever they're doing is making them happy. I don't know if that's where you're going, but in my mind, that's where I was going. But Shondell, you also says no one dreams anymore. They ain't got time for that. Too busy grinding themselves to the grave. Yeah, well, actually, no matter what you do, no matter whether it's your own, to me, I guess I'd say that, which I understand, what you're saying as well. But to me, as far as anybody that has their own business, you have to grind every single day, especially in the first several years of that business. That business is not just going to start making money for yourself, that kind of thing at all. You still have to get out there and make those connections, network and build those relationships, and, of course, get your business out there. The same as working a 40-hour-a-week job. Of course, you have to do way more than 40 hours a week. I can tell you that. Because I've had a business before also, and I've talked to a lot of other business owners. Yes, you do have to grind the same thing you would do as an employee. Because you are your own employee. I guess I put it that way. Which I understand what you're saying. But, yeah, some people don't have, I guess, time for dreams. But if you really want to make something better of yourself and to do something for yourself and to have that side hustle or the actual business, that kind of thing, then you go out there and do that. Like I said, there's always time. We only work 8 hours, I guess, for those who do work 8 hours a day. You have 16 hours a day. Of course, you may need about 6 to 8 hours of sleep, but you have at least 10 more hours, 8 hours to, of course, create that business. Like I said, I didn't start my YouTube channel until this year, earlier this year, actually. And I was sitting up there, I don't have time, I don't know how to get this started, blah, blah. All that was just to make a YouTube channel and just start putting some videos on there. And I do that damn near all day. I'm not going to say all day, but like every day, at least like a video. I have like 40, 50 some videos on there already, I believe. But like I said, that was just something that I had to do. No, it's not going to make any money right today, I'm pretty sure at all. I mean, I'm trying to get the subscription up. But like I said, if that's my goal and I stay consistent with that goal, yes, in the future, I'm pretty sure if I, like I said, stay consistent, it may not be next year, but if I stay consistent and stay putting my content on there, valuable content, that kind of thing, the same as I do on here, yes, it will eventually make some kind of income, I guess I put it that way. And not probably off advertisements, that kind of thing, but you have to, of course, make income different ways on like different platforms, I guess I'd say that. And I had to learn that way, actually, so. And you said, RJ, you said you needed to hear this. Well, I'm definitely glad that you were here this morning. And thank you for tuning in, I guess, to hear this. And I'm glad that it resonated with you this morning. And Angela, thank you for tuning in, and good morning to you as well. And Adrian, good morning to you as well. And Dave, good morning to you as well. And I'm going to go ahead and get my butt off here because I actually have to go ahead and get going this morning. And like I said, thank you all for tuning in this morning. And like I said in the beginning of this video, how long is it going to take for you to do whatever it is that you're wanting to put your mind to? Whether that's another job, another career, a different business, a different friend group, to be happy, another partner, all those kind of things. If you want to be happy in this life or you want to prosper in this life, you have to figure out how long is it going to take you for you to do whatever it is without any of the fears, any of the people that's in your life holding you back. I guess I put it that way. And like I said, with that, I'm going to go ahead and get my butt off here. I want to thank you all again for tuning in, and for those who watch the replay, I love you all and do enjoy.